All right, Dracula has entered this contest. Let's break him down. So Dracula enters the contest with passive bleeds, power steal, regeneration, and heal block. Great utility. But first, we gotta discuss his combo. What is his combo like? Well, his combo to me, I thought his combo was pretty good. Like, I didn't get the impression he was clunky in any way. I actually had a lot of fun playing him, testing out his invisibility and his degeneration. And he does have a particular playstyle that can be a little bit tricky for like newer summoners, but if you practice with him a lot and get an understanding on how to play him, his degeneration can be very, very potent, but you definitely have to get an understanding of it first because it can be a little bit tricky trying to weave in the degeneration and the dire when fighting an opponent in Battlegrounds or Event Quest or Alliance Quest or any other quest in the game. But first, we're going to talk about his strengths. What are his strengths? Well, one of his strengths is his degeneration and dire. The fight, he automatically puts a degeneration on the opponent, and if you hold your heavy, it can turn into a dire. And if you throw your special while the dire is up, it will stay in effect until the special's over. He also has some really good utility on his specials, like on his SP1, he has like a 40-second slow, can help out against so many unstoppable champions. And the great thing about it, on his SP2, he also has the fear effect, which can help with champions that like to go unblockable. So his specials have really good utility in my opinion. I think it will definitely help out in a lot of tough situations against a lot of tough champions. And another one of his strengths is his invisibility. Now the good thing about it is if they don't hit into your invisibility, you can keep activating it as long as you hit into their block. But if they do hit into your invisibility, then it will go on cooldown for 12 seconds. He does have some weaknesses though. One of his weaknesses is invisibility mitigation. Anyone with true strike or some kind of true sense or something like that, or anything that counters miss, it's going to pretty much do away with his invisibility, so keep that in mind. And any champion that has degeneration mitigation, like any champion with a shield, like Invisible Woman here or Jean Grey, some way to mitigate that degen, his degen is not gonna be a potent, so keep that in mind. And any regeneration manipulation, like heal block, well not heal block, heal reversal or Spectre, you can reverse his regeneration with those mechanics, so keep that in mind. One of his immunities is he's heal block immune. That's why I didn't say heal block immunity, because you can't stop him from healing. You can reverse it, but you cannot stop it, so keep that in mind. And it's a passive heal block too, so you can't take it. But what is he like Awaken? Now, I'm gonna be honest, his Awaken ability, I didn't really understand it at all. Like, as an attacker, when the opponent is unblockable, unstoppable, or evades, effects fail to do the ability reduce ability accuracy, inflict a 2500 bleed passive for 3 seconds. And Dracula gains 2500 attack rating for each armor break debuff he is suffering from, up to 5. And it's just like, I don't think he has anything in his kit that allows him to reduce ability accuracy in regards to unblockable, unstoppable, or evade effects. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't know where I would use his Awaken ability at all. Like, I think his Awaken ability can be used if the node calls for it, but I don't think there's anything in his kit that affects ability accuracy. But, leave a comment below if you found something. But when I was testing him, I didn't see anything, so I thought his Awaken ability was kind of useless to me. Like, I wouldn't use an Awakening gem on him, wouldn't use 6 stones on him, and yeah, that's about it. Like, I think he seemed like he would be very niche to me, in my opinion. But, he's in a Mystic class, which is a dominant class. His prestige is 33,440, so not bad prestige, but again, I don't know where I would use this guy, his Awaken ability anyway. But let's talk about him on defense. And to be honest, I think this guy's a weak defender. I don't think he will be a problem at all. He doesn't have any immunities besides heal block, so any damage over time effect is going to just melt this guy. And as you can see here, even though I'm getting beat, he's still melting with Archangel. So again, rank up your Archangels. Also, you can counter him with champions that don't have damage over time, like right here with Spider-Woman. We can use that Debilitate and Wither and all that kind of stuff and Power Sting just to shut him down. I don't think he's going to be put on defense much in Battlegrounds. You never know, but he's not going to be a problem. And I had to use my boy Hercules here because he's in Mystic class, but he only really benefits from nullifying the Fury buffs. I didn't really see him nullify many other buffs in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Like you can I think you can nullify buffs with the sword attacks, but you might want to focus on the Fury, nullifying the Furies. The stat focus I would recommend for him would be critical rating and the physical resistance, because the critical rating, the bulk of his damage comes from degeneration. Dracula can still land degeneration decently large numbers if he manages to a Fury or during his special attacks. And a physical resistance, since he's likely to get weighted on by the bruisers in the sign class, Dracula will benefit from a lot of physical resistance because people are just going to use science champions to counter him. So keep that in mind. But let's move on to the relics. Yeah, let's talk about the relics. One of the relics I recommend for him is the the Ghost Rider relic, since it has various ways of boosting his Dracula's generation and his bleeds, and you can use the striker right before the SP3 to capitalize on the degeneration vulnerability. So keep that in mind. The mastery I recommend for him is the recovery mastery, because you want to make sure you can boost his regeneration. He's not going to benefit from the damage masteries in any way because he doesn't have any immunities, but he does regen, but you kind of got to throw SP1s and SP2s to really benefit from that utility. But I guess you could throw SP3s. I wouldn't put the damage masteries on him, but there are people who put the damage masteries on every champion, so leave a comment below if you would do that, but that's me. Now, what are my overall thoughts? Now, when it comes to Dracula, I don't really know what to think of this champion. He does have pros and cons. Like, he has good utility, great utility, good damage, he's fine on Awaken, and he's fine at low sig. His cons is he's a weak defender, he has a tricky playstyle, he's kind of AI dependent, and to me, he has kind of like a useless Awaken ability. I really don't know where I would use this champion. Like, the Mystic class is kind of already stacked, and he doesn't stand out to me in any way. Like, again, I'm not saying he's a bad champion, I'm not saying he needs to be rebalanced. It's just, I don't know what I would use him for. Like, I don't know where he will really shine. I don't think he will really shine in Battlegrounds because of his tricky playstyle. I guess you want to take advantage of that degen, but again, you only really can get it if you light intercept, or you hold heavy, or you throw specials, but that's kind of like AI dependent on that one. And his attacks aren't unblockable. He does have a playstyle that kind of reminds me a little bit of Shathra, but again, he's not doing Shathra damage. So I don't know what to make of him. I don't know where I would use him. He's not a bad champion, but I don't think he would be a champion that I would be excited to pull. Maybe someone out there will like him, but again, I just don't know where I would use this champion at. Like, I feel like for me, he's more of a, oh, we have Dracula in the game too. If you like Dracula, we have him in the game. You could have him to your roster, but he wouldn't be my first pick for an attacker. Definitely not a first pick for a defender. I wouldn't use him to quest, wouldn't use him for AQ or AW. So again, I don't know where I would use this champion. Not saying he's bad, I just don't know where I would use him. And I don't really know what to make of him. So leave it a comment below if you have a different experience with him. But right now, I don't know what to do with this champion. But he's still a decent champion in the right hand. So I don't know what to say. But other than that, we'll see how the contest feels about this champion Dracula in a couple of weeks, I guess. But anyway, if you did like this video, please leave a like. And if you're new here, if you can hit that sub, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.